welcome to Storytime. I'm Miss Teresa, and today we're going to read a couple of stories about getting ready to go back to school. So let's sit back and relax, and let's dive right into our first story. And it's all about, I think, a very familiar character, D.W., Arthur's little sister. So let's see what happens when D.W. gets ready for preschool. D.W.'s Guide to Preschool by Mark Brown. Welcome to my preschool. I'm D.W. There she is. Looks like she's going to have a lot of friends in preschool. The first thing we do is say goodbye to our parents. Some kids are sad, but I'm not. I love preschool. Besides, the parents come back when we're finished. It's no big deal. There's D.W. giving Mom a great big hug. We always start the day with hellos. I say hello to everybody, even our class pet, Speedy. He's a gerbil. Once he got loose, and Miss Morgan screamed when she found him in her purse. I think I would scream if I suddenly found a gerbil in my purse, too. Miss Morgan is our teacher. She fixes our boo-boos and gives us hugs. She smiles a lot. She's really nice. You see Miss Morgan there? Looks like she's putting a Band-Aid on someone's boo-boo. Don't worry, we have bathroom breaks whenever we need them. Once, Dennis wet his pants. I pretended I didn't notice because we were learning to be polite. During free play, we have blocks, a sand table, puzzles, tools, a play kitchen, and a telephone. But you can't really call people on it. We also learn how to share. Sometimes the Tibble twins have trouble sharing. And I bet we can spot those Tibble twins. Yeah, there they are in their cowboy hats. Neither of them want to share that phone. Circle time is so much fun. Miss Morgan teaches us songs and games. Today we are learning the wheels on the bus. I don't know why, because we can't take the bus until next year, when we're in kindergarten. There they are. Looks like everyone is singing along except who? Yeah, the twins. They're too busy making faces at each other. They give us food at preschool, too. It's usually good. Mom says I'm allowed one thing I don't have to eat. My one thing is tomatoes. Today is Emily's birthday, and her mom brought in cupcakes. Those look very yummy. Although if we look, I think someone had an accident. Somebody spilt their juice. On nice days, we go outside to play. There are so many good things to do. I'm not kidding. We run and jump and swing and slide. We have to take turns. The Tibbles are working on that too. There, looks like everyone's having fun, but then we get to maybe the ladder to the monkey bars, and those two Twibble twins, they're at it again. They're not quite getting along. We learn numbers at preschool. I can count to 7. Emily can count to 10. Tommy Tibble says he can count to 100, but we've never heard him do it. Look at everyone playing with the numbered blocks. Before I got to preschool, I worried that we would have spelling tests like my brother Arthur. But that was silly, because we only learned letters in preschool. Sometimes I crack myself up. There's D.W. Looks like she's laughing, and everyone is learning their letters. What letters do you see? I see A, B, C, D, and When we go on field trips, we have to pick partners so we don't get lost. I got lost at the supermarket once, and the boss announced my name on the loudspeaker. I've been thinking about asking him to do it again sometime. Oh, that DW. But let's look at where the class is. I think they must be at a science museum. I see ants, and I see butterflies, and way in the back, do you think maybe that's a volcano? It just might be. Back at school, we have even more fun. Sometimes we plant seeds, make popcorn, make books, paint, play dress up, or make stuff with clay. We make really nice presents for our parents, too. Preschoolers don't have a lot of money, you know. There's everyone working hard, and then, do you see the Tibble twins? Yep, looks like they're at it again. I see paint all over the place, and one of them is dropping popcorn everywhere. Every day at Storytime, Miss Morgan reads us books. So far, I haven't found any books that are like tomatoes because I love them all. When Storytime is over, we all help clean up. Everyone's really listening. Looks like the twins might be picking out the next book to be read. Look, I told you the parents would come back. We have to get our stuff from our cubbies. My name is on my cubby. Isn't that cool? The last thing I do is say goodbye to everyone, even Speedy. Everyone's going home. Now, we have to go home. But I'm not sad because I get to come back tomorrow. The end. What a great story. Sometimes we're a little nervous if we're going off to preschool or kindergarten or even a new school or a new grade. But DW helped us through it, didn't she? She got us ready to head off to school. I'm going to read another story about going to school. This one might be with a character that you're not familiar with. It's called Miss Malarkey Doesn't Live in Room 10. I wonder what her class could be thinking. Let's get right into our story. Miss Malarkey Doesn't Live in Room 10 by Judy Finchler. I know that Miss Malarkey, my teacher, lives right here at school in room 10. Oh, wait a second. Do you think teachers live in their classrooms? No, I don't either. But this little boy seems to think that Miss Malarkey lives in her classroom. Let's see if we can prove him wrong. That's where she marks our papers and puts up all the next day's work. There's Miss Malarkey in the classroom. She's in her PJs. Looks like she's reading one last story and getting class ready for tomorrow. She eats dinner in the cafeteria, and her table is always the best. We look through the crowd, we see Miss Malarkey with the blonde hair and pink shirt sitting at a table, but looks like maybe the little boy thinks all the teachers live at school, because that cafeteria is pretty crowded. After dinner, she plays in the gym with the other teachers, and she never forgets her gym clothes. Let's see, can we see Miss Malarkey? She's kind of behind the other teacher with the dodgeball. There are all of the other teachers. They're hanging out. They're all in the gym doing all sorts of activities. I wonder what the teacher's room looks like. That must be where they all sleep. No wonder kids aren't allowed in there. I'm sure teachers don't want us to see their messy room. Oh my goodness, look! The teacher's room is filled with bunk beds and it is pretty messy in there. But do you think that's really what the teacher's room looks like? No. Room 10 is a great place to live. It's near the best water fountain in the whole school. The only one that squirts up lots of water. And the boys' room is right across the hall. Oops! The girls' room isn't too far away either. You got all the teachers in line. They're all getting a drink before bed, and it looks like some of them might have their toothbrushes. Maybe they're on their way to the bathroom to brush their teeth. But last week, Miss Malarkey came to our apartment house with a mountain of boxes. Mom says she's going to live here now. Uh-oh, maybe Miss Malarkey really doesn't live at the school. A few days ago, when Mom and I baked cookies, she asked me to bring some upstairs to Miss Malarkey. I told her I needed a pass. Before I knocked, I spit out my gum. There he is. Looks like he's at Miss Malarkey's door, but I wonder where that gum is going. I think it might be going into the plant, too. Maybe we should have spit out our gum before we went to see Miss Malarkey. When she opened the door, she gave me a great big hug. Then I saw her feet. Miss Malarkey had no shoes on, or socks, or even slippers. I could see Miss Malarkey's toenails, and they were red, bright red. Here are some cookies Mom made for you, Miss Malarkey. I felt my cheeks getting red as Miss Malarkey's toes. There are Miss Malarkey's toes. That very same day, I spotted her throwing out the garbage. She never does that at school. It's like the janitors at the classroom taking out the garbage. On Saturday, I saw some people going into Miss Malarkey's apartment. She was having a party, and it wasn't even someone in the class's birthday. So there's the class. They're celebrating someone's birthday. If we look at the next page, there's Miss Malarkey. She's got a nice cake and a bunch of friends over, but it's nobody's birthday. I told everyone in my class that our teacher doesn't live in room 10. Some of them still didn't believe me, so I showed them. Looks like there's the class, and they're all watching Miss Malarkey carry her groceries home. I like having Miss Malarkey live in the same apartment house as me, but I won't see her so much when I go to second grade. Next year, I'll have Mrs. Boba. Mrs. Boba doesn't live in my building. I guess she lives in room 12. Uh-oh. Something tells me this little boy is going to start this story all over again, because there's Mrs. Boba in her PJs in her classroom. But for now, that's the end. We have one more story today, but I'm going to need your help in telling it. It's all about one of my favorite things to do at school. Well, not quite at school, kind of before school. It's about taking a certain something to school. Something that's big and yellow, and it's called the school bus. Can you help me read a story all about the school bus? Great. Let's read The Bus for Us. The Bus for Us by Suzanne Bloom. You let me know if you think this is a school bus. So let's see. Is this the bus for us, Gus? Let's look. Do you think that's the school bus? Let's find out. No, Tess. This is a taxi, not a school bus. Is this the bus for us, Gus? Let's see, there goes the taxi, and here comes a new vehicle. Let's look. Is that the school bus? No, Tess. This is a tow truck. There goes the tow truck. Looks like we have some more people coming to the bus stop. Ooh. Is this the bus for us, Gus? See, is that the bus? No, Tess. This is a fire engine. I don't know. It might be neat to take a fire engine to school. But we have more friends coming to the bus stop, but we have one friend who's eating somebody's lunch. Somebody better stop that puppy. Let's see. Ooh, we have someone new coming into the picture. Let's see. Is this the bus for us, Gus? What do you think? Is this the bus coming? No, Tess. This is an ice cream truck. Ooh, that would be a very yummy way to get to school, riding in an ice cream truck. It looks like our puppy is causing some trouble at the bus stop. Do you see another vehicle? I see it too. Let's see. Is this the bus for us, Gus? What do you think? Is this the bus? It's green. Is it the bus? No, Tess. This is a garbage truck. Oh no, look what's happened. We have crayons all over the place. The doggy's chasing a cat. We've got a turtle out of a box. There's lunches everywhere. Our bus stop is getting a little bit messy. Let's see. I see a new vehicle. Is this the bus for us, Gus? No, Tess. This is a backhoe. That's not a bus. I don't know how we would take a backhoe to school. Looks like everyone's picking up their things at the bus stop. Everybody's in line. And look at poor Gus. I think Tess has worn him out. He's kind of leaning his head against the bus stop pole. She has one more question for Gus. Do you know what that question is? Let's all ask it. Is this the bus for us, Gus? Is it the bus? Yes, Tess. This is the bus for us. Let's go. Everyone's climbing on board the bus, heading off to school. The end. I hope you enjoyed our stories today. I know I had fun reading with you. So until next time, bye.